come on Monday. It all began, of course, with Patrick Vieira's first win for Crystal Palace, a huge win of the season. First one for Arsenal, a late one for Brighton, another one for Manchester City. The Ronaldo show finished 4-1 at Old Trafford for Manchester United. The only goalless game of the weekend so far was at St Mary's between Southampton and West Ham. First win for Bruno Lage as the Wolves manager came at Watford. First goals at Stamford Bridge for Romelu Lukaku, and another win for Chelsea. That was by 3-0, as was Liverpool's at Ellen Road. And the Monday night football is Everton entertaining Burnley. So Manchester United still lead the way because they've scored more goals. But I should point out, if Everton under Rafa Benitez can beat Burnley in the Monday night football, they too will go into double digits. Just Norwich waiting to get a point on the board after 4 games. Newcastle 1 from 4. Burnley, as I say, go to Goodison tomorrow. Leeds stay on 2 points and in 17th position.
Up there, I was encouraged to see that sitting up. You know, normally there's oxygen onto the pitch. You know, when you get such a bad injury, I've had one myself. You know, that looked really, really bad for such a young player who's playing so well and he's got an opportunity in his dream move to Liverpool. You know, he's come, he's done the loan spell, he's come, he's playing in the first team, the manager trusts him, and then he'll be back. You know, look on the positive side. He needs to start the rehabilitation now and be really positive in his mindset that he's got a long career ahead of him. Really sorry for him. I think it was a genuine attempt to win the ball from Strauch. I'm not sure that it was a red card, but as Michael quite rightly says, that's irrelevant. Our faults are just with Harvey Elliott.
Indeed, and he has a mental test ahead, and unfortunately, it brought back memories for you at Ellen Road in a Liverpool shirt as a teenager. You've been through that mental test that you've got to come back stronger.
Yeah, lots of people, most players have a bad injury, at least one bad injury throughout their career. Mine was at Ellen Road as well. Coincidentally, I know Tim's broken his leg himself. I don't know how everybody else deals with it. I know it used to take me 2 or 3 days to really stop feeling sorry for myself and then get on the treadmill in terms of, not physically, but in terms of, right, come on, you know, stop feeling sorry. This is it now. This is your road to rehabilitation. Whether you need surgery afterwards, I'm pretty sure Harvey Elliott will. It's everybody's different. And then you'll go through ups and downs throughout the rehabilitation. I used to get very frustrated at the end as well when I could feel I'm getting close, you know, only a month away. I used to really be hard to live with probably back then. But at the start, for a day or two, I just used to look at the fixture. I couldn't stop picking up a paper and looking at the fixture list of your team and thinking, well, I'm going to miss all of that, or will I be back for this? And it really does hurt you mentally. But once that's out the way, you have a day where it's right, come on, this is it now. And it used to take me 2 or 3 days. I'm not sure whether you were any different, Tim.
I was quite lucky. You know, I come at the end of my career, but it hit me hard, and then I retired mentally in my head. I got back to playing. But it's really difficult. But he's such a young boy. You know, he's got to be positive with it. Everyone has injuries in their career. Hopefully, for his sake, if he looks on the positive side, he's getting it out of the way. And he'll go through that experience. And it won't scare him. He's a brave boy. You can tell how brave he is, the way he wants to receive the ball and play for a Liverpool Football Club and express himself. He's going to have plenty of opportunities to do that. We are, like we keep saying, we wish him well. But I'm sure, and don't know the boy, but I've seen enough of him to know he looks like a real good character who's going to roll his sleeves up, get himself properly fit again, and be back. We'll see him and he'll grace that great Liverpool shirt again.
He's had a couple of great examples as well, hasn't he? Obviously different injuries, but, you know, he's seen over the last year or so some real bad injuries in that Liverpool team. You know, Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Matip's had injuries, Jordan Henderson. So he's seen long-term injuries. He's seen how players can come back from it and almost seamlessly just be back to being brand new again. It'll give him confidence in the medical team. They're actually going to look after him because they'll become his best friends for the next year or 6 months or however long it's going to be. So that'll give him some comfort as well. But, you know, we're trying to find some positives in a nasty situation.
Yeah, we are. All our thoughts are with Harvey Elliott, and we hope for positive news from that nightmare situation for him. Now, in terms of the football, Michael's a member of the 100 Club. There were only 29 players who were in it in the Premier League before today. There are now 30. And he finally got that 100th goal.
He did, yeah. We mentioned it before the game. He's been an absolute dream for Liverpool since they signed him from Roma. He showed signs at Roma, scored a lot of goals, but he's certainly developed again in this team, in this red shirt. You know, the goal itself was one of his easier ones. I think Joel Matip, he was frustrated at him, certainly when he didn't play him the ball to start with, and he threw his arms up as well. He wasn't too happy. We see Trent as well making that overlap that we've been screaming out for in recent games. And then it was one of his easier finishes, but he can score so many types of different goals. And as I say, 100 goals for Liverpool, 100 Premier League goals for Liverpool is some achievement.
Firpo's debut, I mean, he could turn back the clock. He's had a terrible time. I wish he never got out of bed today, Firpo, because they give him a torrid time down that right-hand side. And he lured him in there with that touch. He just said, come and try and win this ball. And as he did, he just got the other side of him. Hence why he was standing on the 6-yard box. Alexander-Arnold squares it to him. He taps it into an empty net. It's the preparation. It's luring Firpo in. Firpo had a bad game. He's going to have better games than that, surely.
So as I say, 100 Premier League goals from Mo Salah. Only 4 other players have got there quicker. Alan Shearer, Harry Kane, Sergio Aguero and Thierry Henry. He's in good company. And as you can see, only 2 behind him in that list. 1, Robbie Fowler, another Centurion who we can talk to, of course, who's been at Ellen Road all day for us. First of all, let's deal with that then. I mean, you're proud to see those numbers next to your name. The 5th fastest for Mo Salah.
Yes, I think Michael was just touching upon it there. I think he's been phenomenal since he came to Liverpool. He's not got 90. He's got 98 for Liverpool, but 100 in the Premier League, isn't he? So Michael got it wrong there, pal. But I know what you mean. But look, yeah, he has been phenomenal. I think he scores different types of goals. I think what he'll be more pleased about, he doesn't really consider himself as the architectural type centre forward as well. So he'll. I think someone pointed out to him a while ago that he beat me. And he went, well, he's a forward and I'm a winger. So he calls himself a winger who scored 100 Premier League goals, which is extraordinary.
He'll call himself a striker when he knows about these records, though, won't he? Don't worry about that with you lot.
Definitely. But he has. I mean, he's such a handful, isn't he? So I mean, he's that player who will be quiet for 50, 55 minutes, and then he'll spring to life for 4 or 5 minutes, and then he'll go quiet again. But he's very unorthodox, but he's very uniquely brilliant, I think. And
actually, Robbie, we've seen an awful lot of clever business from Liverpool recently in long-term contracts with a lot of the squad, the heart of the squad. Mm-hmm. He's the one still to do it, isn't he? That's the next important accomplishment.
Well, I think that's probably what us as Liverpool fans will want to see. I think his record per games, per goals has been fantastic. We all want to see him stay at the club. We all want to see him break a lot more records. I'm not sure whether he'll catch Ian Rush's, but I think there's a few more records for him to get to. A lot of the talk before the game and before the season was about Liverpool's new signings, and ironically, we've made a lot of new signings in terms of getting players to extend contracts, and Mo hasn't yet. But I'll be amazed if the club aren't doing everything to try and keep him at the club for as long as he can.
In terms of those records, just to play devil's advocate, you were once the youngest to get to 100 goals until somebody else came along and took.
Well, Robbie, I keep saying to Steve and the guys that Mo Salah's broken it, but he is getting on in age. We did it when we were young pups, didn't we?
He's not as good as us, Michael, is he? I probably played in better teams. I know you're just obviously all talking about the positivity with looking after Harvey Elliott, but I think what a player he is and what a player he will be when he comes back from injury. I think he's obviously a real bad injury there, but he'll have the right team around him, and he'll come back stronger. And you know what? Looking at positives for him, he'll come back and he'll enjoy the game a little bit more because, I mean, Michael and Tim will tell you they're sat there, and when you are injured and when you have nasty injuries, you come back and you appreciate the game more. And there's no doubt he'll do that. And I'm not saying he'll be better for it. Obviously, that's a horrible thing to say, but he'll enjoy the game a little bit more when he comes back because he'll miss it now.
Robbie, we were just talking about injuries. Of course, myself and Tim had a couple of, nasty ones that keep you out. You had a bad knee injury yourself. How was your mindset when you're coming back, that rehabilitation stage?
Well, Mike, I actually broke my leg when I first got onto the team as well in the FA Cup as well. So I've had so many injuries, and I think this is probably why I do. That's what I was saying about before with Harvey. I appreciated the game a lot more. When you're out, you miss it. You really do. And you obviously can't wait. I heard you talk about it before. You can't wait to get back in. back in and back playing. But I'm a nightmare. I mean, you'll know when I wasn't playing when I was fit, I was horrible. So I was that little bit more horrible when I was injured and I couldn't play. But I appreciated the game a lot more when I did come back from injuries.
Okay, stay there, Robbie. The second goal, 50 games without a goal. He's not there to score goals, Fabinho. He's there predominantly to stop them. But it was an important second goal to start the second half, this one.
Absolutely. I mean, they broke away well. This is time and time again. We could have had 100 clips of this when they broke away. Jota does brilliant reverse passing into Mane, and it wasn't his day until very late in front of goal. We just thought that possibly might have been a goal kick. But as you see it there, Mo Salah just kicks it into the defender there, and it's a definite corner. But the marking from the corner is horrendous. I mean, time and time again, Van Dijk got himself free. And when they fall for you in the 6-yard box, if you look at Firpo there, I know I'm digging him out, but look at his part here that he's meant to be marking there. Fabinho, he does not know where he's going, and the ball just falls for Fabinho, just smashes it into the net. You like them, Michael, don't you? It's 8 yards out, middle of the goal.
Yeah, well, it's not his forte, is it? As you mentioned, Steve, scoring goals. He's been exceptional for Liverpool since he's been there. He's got a different role in the game, but still, he'll still want to get on sheet more, and it was an important goal to really kill the game, I think.
Yeah. And then the third one, Robbie, I'm interested what you think about this finish from Sadio Mane.
Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant finish. Really, what Tim was just being pointing out there, he probably wasn't great in his maybe decision making in that final third, but I thought he played really well today. He was probably just missing that goal. I mean, he huffed and puffed, and I mean, I was thinking he was going to like dummy it and let Ox score, but. I mean, that shows a man who's just desperate to score goals and desperate to do well. And I mean, I was so pleased he got on because I thought he deserved his goal because I thought his performance warranted a good goal.
Yeah, great awareness, I thought, there from Sadio Mane of what's up around him, to take his touch and to spin. It's all in one movement, wasn't it? To take his touch on his back foot to give him the space and then swing with his right foot. It was all one movement, and you can see he's practiced that one before.
And all the discussions about 100 Premier League goals, rightly so, for Mo Salah. That is 99 Liverpool goals for Sadio Mane. And